Hello friends, welcome to Bola English. We have learnt about different forms of personal pronouns in the previous lesson. Now let us start with the remaining kinds of pronouns. The second type of pronoun is reflexive pronoun. When we add self to my, your, him, her and it, we get myself, yourself, himself, herself and itself. And when we add selves to our, your and them, we get ourselves, yourselves and themselves. Now look at these sentences. I hurt myself. You will hurt yourself. He hurt himself. She hurt herself. The dog hurt itself. We hurt ourselves. You all will hurt yourselves. They hurt themselves. Let's understand them. I hurt myself. Who hurt? I. So I is the subject of the verb hurt. Whom did I hurt? Myself. So myself is the object of the verb hurt. The object myself refers back to the subject of the sentence I. In other words, the subject and the object of the sentence are the same. You will hurt yourself. Who will hurt? You. You is the subject of the verb will hurt. Whom will you hurt? Yourself. Yourself is the object of the verb will hurt. The object yourself refers back to the subject of the sentence you. In other words, the subject and the object of the sentence are the same. She hurt herself. She is the subject of the verb hurt and herself is the object of the verb hurt. The object herself refers back to the subject of the sentence she. In other words, the subject and the object of the sentence are the same. In the same way, in the sentences he hurt himself, the dog will hurt itself, we will hurt ourselves, you all will hurt yourselves, and they will hurt themselves, the object refers back to the subject in the sentence. The pronouns myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves are the objects of the verbs in the sentences, and they refer back to the respective subjects of the verbs in the same sentences. They reflect the action done by the subject back upon the subject, so they are called reflexive pronouns. The third kind of pronouns are emphatic pronouns. Look at the following sentences. I will do it myself. I myself delivered the parcel. We will solve the problem ourselves. You should do your homework yourself. She herself told me the truth. He completed the job himself and they themselves admitted their crime. In these sentences, the pronouns myself, ourselves, yourself, herself, himself and themselves have been used for emphasis. They are used to give stress on the facts, to assert facts, that is, to emphasize facts. These pronouns, which are used to express emphasis, are known as emphatic pronouns. Now let us turn to the fourth kind of pronoun, demonstrative pronouns. This is my book. The pronoun this points at the book. These mangoes are really good. The pronoun these points out at the mangoes. This dress is better than that. The pronoun this points out at the dress. Will you please show me those jackets? The pronoun those points out to the jackets. The temperature of Chennai is higher than that of Bangalore. The pronoun that points out to the temperature. City people are better informed than those of village. The pronoun those points out to the village people. We can see that in all the above sentences, the pronouns this, that, these and those point out to the objects that they refer. So they are called demonstrative pronouns. Some pronouns refer to persons or things in a general way. They do not refer to any person or thing in particular. Such pronouns are called indefinite pronouns. Let us see some examples of indefinite pronouns. One must always follow traffic rules. In this sentence, the pronoun one does not refer to any particular person. One means anyone or everyone. They say, we will have to learn to live with corona. In this sentence, the pronoun they means people in general. It does not refer to particular persons. Some are born talented. Here, the pronoun some does not refer to particular individuals. Some means several random persons. Similarly, see the following sentences. Only a few people could be saved. The pronoun few does not refer to particular individuals. Few refers to several unknown persons. Everybody liked the movie. The pronoun everybody refers to all the people who watched the movie. Everybody does not refer to particular persons. Nobody offered her a lift. The pronoun nobody refers to all the persons present. Nobody does not refer to any particular person. Someone has stolen my book. The pronoun someone does not refer to any particular person. Someone refers to an unknown person. Did anybody attend the meeting? This question has been asked about several unknown persons. Pronoun anybody does not refer to any particular person or persons. The pronouns one, they, few, someone, anybody, everybody, and nobody in these sentences refer to persons in a general way. They do not refer to any person in particular, so they are known as indefinite pronouns. Distributive pronouns. Each of the boys gets a prize. Here, the pronoun each denotes everybody taken one at a time. It refers to one boy at a time. Either of these roads takes you to the railway station. In this sentence, the pronoun either refers to one or the other of the two roads. We can take only one road at a time, right? So either means either this or that. Thus, it actually refers to both the roads taken one at a time. Neither of the news is true. The pronoun neither refers to one of the two different news in the newspaper. Neither means not the one nor the other of the two. It is negative of either. The pronouns each, either, and neither are called distributive pronouns because they refer to persons or things one at a time. So they are always singular. You will notice that the verbs used in the above sentences, that is gets, takes, and is, are singular verbs. Suppose 10 students have participated in an essay writing competition, and we say each of the 10 students will be awarded with a certificate. It means every student will get a certificate. Suppose there are two roads that lead to the same spot, say your school. Then the sentence, either of these two roads will take you to school, means both the roads will take you to school. You can take any one of them. Suppose the shopkeeper shows you two shirts and you don't like both. Then you will say, neither of the two shirts is good. Thus, either means the one or the other of two. Neither means not the one nor the other of two. Hence, either and neither should be used only while speaking of two persons or things. Suppose a shopkeeper shows you multiple shirts, say 7 to 8 shirts, and you don't like them. You will say, I don't like any of these. Suppose there are 50 students in a class and they all have scored below 100 marks in the math test. The teacher will say, "No one has scored full marks," or "None of you have scored full marks." Thus, any, no one, or none are distributive pronouns which are used when we speak of more than two persons or things. Relative pronouns. See the following sentences. I made tea for my mother. My mother had just returned from her office. It is possible to convey this in a single sentence like this. I made tea for my mother who had just returned from her office. We can see that the word who is used instead of the noun mother in the first sentence. I found the pen. I had lost the pen. We can combine these two sentences into one like this. I found the pen which I had lost. The word which is used instead of the noun pen in the first sentence. Here is the book. You lent me the book. We can combine the two sentences and say, here is the book that you lent me. The word that is used instead of the noun book in the first sentence. Who, which, and that are used instead of nouns and they refer to or relate to those nouns. So they are called relative pronouns. This is the boy who works hard, or these are the boys who work hard. Who is the pronoun which is in the nominative form. This is the girl whose notebook is tidy, or these are the girls whose notebooks are tidy. Whose is a relative pronoun which is in the possessive form. This is the teacher whom we all like, or these are the teachers whom we all like. Whom is a relative pronoun which is in the accusative form. We can see that the relative pronouns who, whose, and whom are same for singular as well as plural, masculine as well as feminine nouns. Who is in the nominative form, whose is in the possessive form, and whom is in the accusative form. The relative pronoun which has the same form for the nominative and accusative cases. It has no possessive case. But whose is used instead of which. For example, I found the pen which I lost. Which is the nominative form. The pen whose refill was red had disappeared from my desk yesterday. Whose used instead of which. It was the same pen which was decorated with a sticker. Which is in the accusative form. Interrogative pronouns. Look at the following sentences. Who is there? Who are you? Whom are you talking about? Whose is this pen? Which is your house? What is the matter? What do you want? The pronouns who, whom, whose, which, and what are used to ask questions. So they are called interrogative pronouns. Who is used when we are talking about persons. Who is in the nominative form. For example, who gave you this book? The possessive form of who is whose. For example, whose is this book? The accusative form of who is whom. For example, whom did you give the book? Which is used for both persons as well as things. It does not have different forms for different cases. Which is your purse? Which of the paintings do you like best? Which dress will you buy? What is used for things only. It does not have different forms for different cases. What do you want? What did you say? What was the unrest about? Thus we have seen 8 different types of pronouns and learnt how each type plays a different role in the sentence. In the coming lesson, we will learn about adverbs. Stay tuned. Goodbye.